This is Viterbi Voices, your chance to hear stories about research, classes, student life, and more.
Directly from our students, faculty, and other members of our engineering community. All right here at the USC Viterbi School of Engineering.
Welcome back into Viterbi Voices. As usual, my name is Paul Ledesma, Director of Undergraduate Admission here at the USC Viterbi School of Engineering. And unfortunately, that's all you got. We don't have Audrey on this episode. Audrey's still doing fine. She's back home in Colorado. But as everyone is well aware, the effects of COVID-19 have made us all go remote. Audrey and the rest of our students have been taking remote classes online. They started just before spring break, and this week is their first week back after spring break. Although it's an adjustment for everybody, I hear that everything's going quite well. Of course, it can never replicate what happens in on-campus classes and stuff like that, but our faculty are really stepping up and creating some neat virtual exercises, and students are getting the education that they need to wrap up their semester. This episode is going to be all about admission decisions, because no matter what happens, we're still moving forward, and we need to finish processing these applications that you all work so hard on. We're going to get our admission decisions out, and we're hoping that everything in the world is going to be changed by the time we get to the fall semester, and we're expecting a whole new class. And so I'm going to talk about that in just a second. But without my co-host, you just got to kind of deal with me and how we're kind of getting through this. So usually I can at least spin it off to a question to Audrey, and I don't have her here. I am broadcasting from my house, so I'm at home. We are not on campus. No one is on campus other than a few essential staff, and working to take care of some of our students that are still there and couldn't get home. But as far as our admission staff goes, we are all in our respective homes. We are meeting every single day. Today, I think we met about 5 times. I'm coming up on probably the end of the day right now, and working very, very hard to make sure that everything's going to work well for our incoming class. If you haven't, I hope that you are all keeping well and staying safe, and I hope that your family is doing well with everybody. Just trying to follow all the directions, making sure we're following the CDC guidelines. That's my personal wish to all of you, that you're doing all that. You're practicing the physical distancing, and the faster we get through this, the better, right? So the only way to do that is if we all take care of one another. So my thoughts are with you for all 10 of our listeners out there. It's definitely a weird time. It's unprecedented. I'm confident that I'm getting on my wife's nerves the more that I'm at home and the more that I'm working. This is rough. This is really, really rough. But I think we're gonna push through just fine. The university's been working really hard on accommodating our students and making sure they're getting all the information they need. If you ever want to check out what's going on at USC, the USC homepage links you straight off to their COVID-19 response. Really kudos to everyone, from the president down through the provost and all of our faculty, for doing all that work. Our dean is working closely with them as well to make sure that the Viterbi students are taken care of. And like I said before, our faculty are putting together the best they possibly can for holding classes remotely. So usc.edu/coronavirus and also the Viterbi School websites all have links to COVID-19 and the coronavirus and the updates that we're having. But on to other things. So if you are a prospective student, meaning like you're a high school junior and younger, meaning you're thinking about applying for fall 2021 or later, one of the hard things right now is that you might be interested in getting to visit campus and maybe start doing those college tours. And we don't know how long this is going to be going on. So all of our usual campus tours and programs that we call Meet USC have all been sidelined because we're not on campus. And so all the websites have taken all those things down. But in lieu of that, we very quickly got together a number of virtual information sessions. We started these last week. We held our first one last week, our second one earlier this week. We've already had almost 150 people go through the engineering virtual information sessions, and they've been very successful. Although it's weird for me, because usually when I give a talk and I work with all of you visiting campus, I like to be as personal as possible and engage with you and get to know you. And depending on how big the response is to each of these events, that may or may not happen. But if you go to our website and click on the Applying and Admission tab. So you're going to go to viterbiadmission.usc.edu, click on the Applying and Admission tab, and click on the virtual information session link. You'll see all of the virtual admission events that we have going on for the Viterbi School. And each one of those events also has at least 2 of our current students, because our Viterbi student ambassadors are working very hard, also remotely, but they're jumping in on these video Zoom calls that we're doing. So we're doing presentations, we've got Q&A, we're trying to answer as many questions as possible, and it's an opportunity to get to know the school. So if you're looking at the school for fall 2021 or later, I really encourage you to sign up for one of those virtual information sessions so that you can get to know us, and it's the best thing you could possibly do outside of visiting campus, which none of us can do right now. So that's awesome. For all of you that have applied for fall 2020, this is all happening right now. So I'm recording this at 3:52 p.m. on Wednesday, March 25th. I'm hoping this is going to go up later tonight or early tomorrow morning, and that means that you're probably listening to this on Thursday, March 26th, and today is the day. All of our admission decisions for the university will be released. Now, different from what we usually do. We usually like to make sure that this is a tangible experience, and the university will always send out big packets, like you got the big envelope. We're really into that, and I'm a big fan of that too, and I always love that the university does that. But in light of everything that's going on, we're not doing that this year. The university is going to be releasing all of their decisions online in the portal. Some of you are going to love that, because it's just an immediate decision on Thursday. Some of you are going to wonder, well, I've seen this on the social media thread so far, well, can you get me the packet at some point? And I know that the admission office is trying to do whatever they can whenever everybody's going to get back to campus. But we are releasing all the admission decisions on Thursday, March 26th. They're going to kind of go out throughout the day. Don't keep refreshing your portal. Just relax. You will get an email when your status has changed. So just watch your email. When you get an email, it'll say your admission status has changed. Log into your portal, and that's when you'll have an admission decision in your portal. And that's all at admission.usc.edu/status. So make sure you're just checking your email tomorrow. It'll go slowly throughout the day. So my advice, if you want to stay sane, is don't check it till the afternoon. Don't check it till you get to the afternoon. Now, some things about this incoming class in our admitted pool. It's highly selective. I say this every year. This year's probably going to be harder than most, where people are going to want a lot of good news. But we're about to issue a lot of bad news. And that's hard on us. It's hard on me. That's not something that we like to do. And it's not something that we take pleasure in. But at the end of the day, all the reasons that you probably like USC, and specifically the Viterbi School, are that this is a small space. We're only looking to enroll 410 first-year students for our incoming first-year class for the engineering school, and that means we only admit a small number of students. So we're about to release admission decisions that will be bad news, meaning news you weren't expecting, that you were not admitted to almost 90% of the applicant pool. That's really rough. It's almost a 1 in 10 chance of getting admitted this year, and that's I know students like to apply to highly selective schools. I know that makes people like us more in some situations, but that means that tomorrow is going to be a rough day for everybody. Or excuse, if you're listening to this today's going to be a rough day, and I am truly sorry about that. That's rough, but that's kind of the name of the game when we're dealing with a highly selective, very small program like we are. If you got that bad news, I want you to recognize it's okay to be angry. It's okay to be upset. I get that. And, try to realize that this is hopefully applied to a number of different schools, and you're going to find your right spot. But at the end of the day, as you get through all of the admission decisions that you're going to receive from all of the campuses that you've applied to, I encourage you to make sure you explore all of them as best you possibly can in this day and age. But if after this entire process you still say, you know what, no, I still am interested in the engineering school at USC, the door is not completely closed here. Know that if you were not admitted this year, I want you to first read through everything that was sent to you in your portal. Because inside that portal is all the information you need. There is a frequently asked questions document that I want you to carefully consider. Okay, while we may not be able to offer you a spot in this year's first year class, like I said, that door to USC is not entirely closed. There is an appeal process. You're welcome to appeal, but follow the instructions according to the appeal process that we laid out in the frequently asked questions document in your portal, exactly the way that it is. Emailing me, emailing anybody else, not going to do any good. You have to follow those instructions exactly and pay attention. There are close deadlines that you must meet. So if you want to appeal, you're more than welcome to, and follow those appeal instructions. Beyond that, if it all doesn't work out for us and you're going to think about going somewhere else, and you want to think about maybe transferring to USC and applying as a transfer student later on, we would love to have you do that. And we would love to help you and advise you at what university you're going to be attending with the appropriate courses to take come this fall and for the next year. We are going to recommend that you attend a community college. It doesn't make any sense to go to another university and then leave them. And so if you want to go to a community college, just pick the one closest to you, and we'll help you advise a best plan for you to be a strong transfer applicant for fall 2021. And we will be happy to meet with you, virtually for the time being, because we can't go one-on-one with you. And we'll do advising sessions with you, and we can do that starting in late May. And we'll set that up with you on a one-on-one basis, or we might even set up a website for you to sign up for that later on. But just stay tuned, but recognize that's not going to happen now. We're not there yet. I want you to focus on your other opportunities, because I'm sure you have a number of them. And if those opportunities don't work out and you want to transfer to USC, then come on back and we'll set up a transfer appointments for you. So that's the bad news. Now the good news. If you've been admitted, first off, we're so happy. I mean, this has definitely been a challenging year, and this time of year is never, perfect. There's a lot of emotion that goes on in this time of year, but I'm hoping that this little sliver of positive information, this little sliver of light, is really, really helping you in this time. We're all stuck at home. Things don't look really great everywhere, but we got a spot for you at USC in the engineering school, and we really hope you take us up on that offer. Now, we usually will have a whole long list of events that we'll send you, and we'll be like holding on-campus events and tours, and we'll go off and travel. Usually I'm on the road in different cities holding sessions and meeting with you, and usually this is where we just love talking with all of you and showing you what we got, because I know that if you've been admitted to USC, you've been admitted to other fantastic engineering schools out there, and you got a tough choice to make. So we really try to make sure that we're giving you all the information we can. Now, we can't do that this year. I'm at home. I'm in my bedroom, and you're not allowed here. Just as I'm not allowed in your house right now. And so we're going to do our best to create virtual visit programs, virtual live chat sessions, virtual faculty roundtables around your department. We're coordinating a lot of these right now. A lot of these are all happening right now. But pay attention to events in your portal. They're there for you to sign up. Watch your email. We're going to invite you to special events as they're created. We're going to push everything we possibly can to broadcast as much media as we possibly can to your homes. Now, while I said earlier the university admission office is not mailing anything, I have a little secret up my sleeve, and that is right before I left the office, I got all of our stuff out of there, and we're going to mail you stuff too. And so keep watching your mail. We got some mail on the way to you. And while the university is not able to get their admit packets out, we still have some engineering information that we want to send you. So be on the lookout for different packets of information. There's a lot of things that we would usually hand to you in person during a lot of our events, and I'm going to mail that directly to your house. We're going to mail you some information about the school. We're going to mail some information about some students on campus. We're going to hit your mailbox. We're going to hit your email inbox. We're going to be on social media a lot. We're going to be having live events. And then, as we start wrapping up, if you want to chat further, we can do that too. If you want to set up a time to talk, we're happy to do that. We'll set up some times to do that as well. But we think we're going to be able to handle almost all of you in these sessions. And trust me, these sessions are going to be as personal as we could possibly make them. We're going to have current students in every one of them. You're going to have an opportunity to talk with them and ask questions and get to know this place. While we can't do tours of campus because we're not there, the good news is that we've been set up for this for quite some time. Our students have filmed a number of tours. They've got a number of tours on their social media accounts. They've got a number of 360 tours of campus and a lot of different interiors. They've got housing tours all there for you. Everything is set up. So if you've been admitted, go to viterbiadmission.usc.edu/admit. If you've been admitted to the spring semester, there are some slightly different events for you because it's a unique situation. We want to advise you appropriately. Go to viterbiadmission.usc.edu/springadmit. And everything is navigable from our homepage at viterbiadmission.usc.edu. Check out all the things that you can do. Register for a program. Come to these things with your family, and make sure your parents are with you so they can ask questions as well. This is for you and your family to ask questions and get to know us. And we want to talk to you, and we want to help you understand what we have available to you as a new incoming student, and how hopefully once this whole thing blows over, we're going to be right back on campus, and we expect you to be there with us too. So stay tuned as further events get updated. It'll be on our website. We might come back with another podcast episode in the near future because I got a microphone here at my bedroom desk, and we're all set. If you have any questions or you need any immediate help, the best thing for you to do, you can email us at vadmit@usc.edu. That's V as in Victor, ADMIT @usc.edu. Go to our website, as I've said so many times before, viterbiadmission.usc.edu. And on our website, when it's normal business hours for us here on the West Coast, we have a little web chat function, and a little button pops up in the bottom right-hand corner of the window that says "Ask your question," and go ahead and post your question in there. Give us about a minute to reply. Usually we're scrambling from different things, but we can get some questions in there, and we can chat with you. That's probably the best way to do that. Our phone is still active, but it might be it's got to forward across over to our cell phones that are at home, and that's 213-740-4530. Again, that's 213-740-4530. But honestly, I think the best thing to do is get onto the web chat function, because we're typically on our devices. Those messages pop up on our devices, they pop up on our computers and on our laptops, and we're all set up at home to talk to you. So, once again, congratulations to everyone who is receiving the good news today. We are so excited to welcome you into the school, and when this whole thing blows over, I can't wait to see you on campus. But until then, I know you got a tough decision, so I can't wait to see you during our virtual sessions. We got live chats, we got faculty sessions, we've got so many cool things, but if you're going to attend one thing and only one thing, make it the Viterbi virtual keynote, where we're going to discuss everything you want to know about the engineering school and get your questions answered. So congratulations to everybody, to everyone out there, and all the things you're dealing with. I wish you and your family a really safe next couple of weeks. I hope that it all blows over really quickly. Keep well, everybody, and as usual, fight on.